Hello ladies and mental Jane, and welcome to another Is It Worth the Gold video. Today we are looking at the STRV S1. So is it worth the gold? Of course it isn't. It has siege, unless you literally like to stroke your man parts while playing this game. This tank is gonna be abysmally boring as fuck to play if you wanna, do well. Or you can just drive and die and then make no credits and feel like you have spent your money very wisely. Anyways, let's look at the armor to begin with. So unlike the AIDS TD, you actually have 30 instead of 20, so the overmatch is gonna be at 90 mil guns. So all the 88s, all the 90s will bounce off the front and off the lower plate as well. And some guns, there's this zone here where you can bounce like bigger things as well, so that's great. You have a pretty big cupola as per usual, and this is like auto bounce or anything, so they just need to hit, or auto pen for anything, so they just need to hit it. So yeah, that is where the armor's at. It's much better than on the AIDS. And that being said, let's get into the replay. Alright, let's go through all the stats before we do anything else, comparing it with the AIDS TD, of course. So we start up with 1000 hit points, 350 meter view range, top speed forwards 50, backwards 45, power to weight of 16.36 with worst soft stats as well. These stats I don't think actually properly work. When we come to the gun, let's go into siege mode, I guess, as that is the more important thing here. So we start off with 2392 DPM, which is much better than on the AIDS, which was one of my biggest grinds with the AIDS DD in general. Then we have 390 damage per shot, 288 pen, aiming time 1.34, accuracy 0.29. The substats here are pretty irrelevant, to be fair. This is pretty bad, but then again, on moving this tank, you kind of expect that. Obviously, you have the APCR standard ammo, so you have really nice shell velocity. When it comes to mobility in siege, we get top speed forwards 8, backwards 8, and the time it takes to exit siege, and this is 1.3 seconds instead of 2 or whatever the fuck it was on the AIDS, so that is much better and makes you less vulnerable after getting spotted. So we're playing on Cliff, tier 10 game. Tier 10 games are generally okay for this tank, as it does have a pretty nice gun and generally just struggles to do enough in the low tier games, and you can't really be aggressive with it, so it's kind of annoying as shit. Anyways, we are pretty much arrived where we want it to be, so we will need to use keyboard extremely rarely. We pick a better double bush spot, but this shot is just terrible and it's probably never gonna happen. This one could, but hey, E5s have no side armor. Isn't it fun to play like this, where you abuse the broken positions, where you just punish enemies for actively trying to play the game by sitting here and really playing the game with one hand for, 5 solid minutes. It's good fun. Definitely very dynamic way to play this game, and this is definitely why you should buy this tank. I mean, look at the amount of fun I'm having at the moment. It is pretty ridiculous. Might actually get another shot in. Oh my god, we got it. We got it, boys. Having the time of my life over here. I don't think I've touched my keyboard for a couple of minutes now, which is exactly the way you should be playing this tank. Now the E5 wants to get shot, but we can't pen his cupola with 290 pen, even after the nerf, so cry every time. But the great news is, since we don't have to worry about our keyboard, and since we can't really do anything, we can look at some pictures of some porn. Tank porn, I mean, come on, dudes. I don't really want to get banned from YouTube just yet, but anyways, look at this. It's a T28 in some bushes. That's silly camo. I don't think it's really working that well. I mean, maybe it works at like huge ranges, but I don't think that masks you very well. You would get spotted and shit on by artillery at any point there. Oh wait, they already didn't have satellite view in World War II, did they? Oh well, let's move on to some other pictures. Aww. Look at this one. Silly cat. What are you doing in a tank, you silly cat? Cats are silly, aren't they? No, is anything happening in the game? Not really. Not really. Oh, wait a second. Oh, he's doing something. Oh, yeah, look at that. That was like probably more than a minute. I did nothing in this game, but now the Kranwagen decides to kill himself, so I will happily oblige to to insert, well, not really insert a gun. I will just happily oblige to shoot him from the bushes like a jerk-off wanker I am. And here, I think I might have actually gotten spotted, so we might want to exit the siege. There is no arty, so I don't need to worry about that too much. The E5 will always pen me as well, but it seems that he didn't really want to bother shooting me. The 140 wanted to shoot me and actually bounced that shot. That's pretty weird, actually. You wouldn't really expect to bounce that gun with this tank at all. So because of this E5, I had to violently grab my other hand out of my pants and actually touch the keyboard again. So I'm gonna kill him for that now, as that was very rude of him and Krangwagen to disturb my my admiration of the tank porn. Anyways, we're just making the C5 look a bit silly. I mean, he's not really hiding properly from me, and the DPM on this tank is fine as long as we can pen the side of an E5. That second, well, I could have aimed that shot a bit better, and now I fuck up even worse. So you know, feels bad to be out of shape, probably still distracted by all those pictures that I looked at. So you know, we do nail this one though, and one more shot, and that E5 will be history. And here, this should be good enough, and yeah, we do pick him up. So that's the E5 gone, and now we don't have to worry about touching our keyboard again for quite a while, so that's always nice. Trying to blind shoot the 140, but he doesn't seem to be there. And now, since our session got disturbed, we're gonna push up anyways and see what we can find. I could push up to the hill, that'd probably be the best for me in my siege mode, but the problem is we have no real idea where pretty much any of the enemies are. The last spots are really old, or well, and none of their TDs have even been spotted in this game, and we have a bit of a problem with this object 140 behind us, so this is looking pretty bad for us at the moment. We might go in siege here to try to get the shot, but we might also not do that because there's a fucking E1 behind us. He does miss this second shot, so we do live a bit longer than you would have imagined there. The Batchet might actually be able to pick up the 140. The Patton is doing some decent damage as well, but the Scorpion picks up the Patton. So this is like a pretty bad position to be in. I wish I'd never touched my keyboard. And that's another Sir Fosh's top tip right here. If you play the Swedish TDs, just go to your first position and unplug your keyboard. You're gonna do way better that way. It is not worth driving around the map. It only puts you in bad positions, and you should never do it until you know, there's like 2 guys left alive. There was like 5 when I touched my keyboard, and that's not good enough. You need to wait more, you need to have more patience, you know. The only downside to this strategy, if you don't have the second or third monitor, you cannot alt tab, obviously, with your keyboard being unplugged, yeah, that's a bit of a problem. You should probably purchase the second screen if you want to play it this way. And that's another top tip: buy 2 screens. They are really nice and they help you do things way better. Alright, so we're just sitting here, maybe waiting for the E1 to maybe get spotted, and he does, and we have a nice side shot into the turret, but the game decides to say fuck you and your life, so we do nothing instead of penning that E1, which would put us in pretty good position right there. The Batchet is not really a good tank to face an E1 with, so that is kind of sad for him, and I set myself up here to maybe spot the Scorpion or some of his jerk-off buddies. The Ferdinand is somewhere over there as well with sick 4 kills, so he has to be a good player. Yeah, we're just chilling here. Can't really do much. I can't really go for the E1. I mean, I could try to YOLO him down, but like without the siege mode, it's never really gonna go very well for me. No, we're gonna be pushing up. I mean, we might get that one shot. If we catch him exposed to us, then it could work out fine. He should be reloading now as well, so we should be able to get that shot in there. Even with our terrible siege mode, we should have enough time, but this is terrible timing. The Batchet corpse also blocks my shot, and I sit there like an idiot for 2 seconds and reload while getting shot in the back by the Scorpion. So yeah, life was pretty hard there, but the Death Star picks up the E1, so we're fine once again, and we know where the Scorpion is, so we can go and sit in some other bush and be useless for some more of this game, I guess, because that's kind of what we've been doing for quite a while now. Since the Ferdinand is probably in the base, I could set up on one of these bushes on the top. I kind of want to sit here for now just to see if the Scorpion might have pushed up quite unlikely when he knows there's Death Star coming for him, but you never know, right? Now the Ferdinand does get spotted. It wasn't my spotting, but he still gets spotted. This is a bit dodgy. If I get spotted, I might be in a bit of trouble here, because the Scorpion might actually have a shot on me, but it seems that the double bush is actually working there fine for me. I don't know how the fuck is our tier 9 TD bouncing off the Ferdinand, but we obviously don't have a lot of problems spending that. We do get spotted now, and that's a bit of a bummer. He is a one shot now, so it should be not the hardest pickup ever. And now we're gonna peek again. That STRV is rolling like a fucking boss, or maybe he has a stock gun. That would explain things, I guess. But we do end up picking up the Ferdinand, so we can fuck off now and set up a position somewhere else. So here's another top tip. Don't fucking load HE against Scorpions. It just doesn't fucking work. Like, if you need one shot and you know you can high roll him with HE and can't with AP, sure, but if he's on full health, just don't bother. You're gonna miss way more because of the shittier shell velocity. You're gonna not ban and shoot him for 150 damage because, you know, Scorpion armor for some reason is too strong. And yeah, generally just not worth it. Like, let's start it off here, but now actually we do get to spot him, but he stops. He has Sixth Sense. I mean, he's probably not a terrible player, so we need to relocate in a bush ourselves, otherwise we're gonna get spotted from his you know, jerk off spot in the back there. So we relocate in a bush, go into the siege again, and this is where we're probably gonna finish off our game right here. The Death Star is coming from the back. This STRV is capping, so the Scorpion is gonna have a hard time staying alive there. I'm doing everything I possibly can in order to assist him with loading my stupid HE here, but he will still have to take some chances here for sure in order to win this game. He would have to land a really lucky shot on, or either on me or maybe the STRV. As I said, it seems that the STRV is using a stock gun. Don't know why would you ever do that, because I think you can get the better gun on the aids already, so that's a bit weird. But yeah, here he comes. We do everything we can to lead the shot. We aimed at his gun so the shot wouldn't aim into the fucking ocean, and we still miss completely, so cry every time right there. A second shot into the side, lands on the engine deck, does 200 damage, so we're missed out on around 700 damage now, and he has 500 hit points left, so we could have killed him already. We should be able to nail this shot, and he's aiming a bit like a potato, but because we loaded HE, we rolled 22 high there from AP, so that's totally worth it. 10 out of 10 HE value, like per fucking usual. Fucking HE, man. When the job of HE is to shoot tanks like these and you can't even do it, where's the fucking point, man? Alright, so here's the end plate. Ace Tanker, 2115 experience. With that premium account, we got high caliber, 4999 damage, 4 kills, and we probably did 0 assistance because we were jerking off in a corner. Picked up 1410 base experience and made 93k credits, which is kind of shitty, but we were sniping the entire time, so you wouldn't really imagine to get a lot of money out of this. So, is the STRV S1 worth the grind? Well, if you're a masochistic dumbass who likes to jerk off while playing this game or look at pictures of cats or something like that while playing, then sure. If you're none of those things above, though, yeah, I wouldn't really recommend this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll see you on the next one.